happy Saturday. It is the 15th of January today and it is pretty early. It is just gone 6:05. I have, however, been up for the last hour. I've been up since 5 AM. I didn't have to get up. I had all the opportunity to stay in bed. But Jim was up really early for work, so I woke up as he got up and I thought, do you know what? I actually feel rested and ready to get up. And that's something that I want to really sort of like tackle this week, is trying to get up early enough so that I can be as productive as I need to be. In retrospect to going to the gym and working out, because I always find that working out in the morning is much more efficient for me. So I'm going to try and combat that this week, as well as my other goals of sticking to my calories, making sure I'm tracking accurately, sticking to my macros and working out. So I just made myself a green tea. As usual, I did actually have a coffee first thing as well. Slept really well. Had a very delicious and nutritious dinner last night. So we have a little fish mongers in the village that I live, and it just does the most fresh, tasty fish I've ever had. It's so good, and it's all sort of like ethically, reasonably sourced fish as well, which is really good, because I always find when I go to the supermarkets, I find it very difficult to find fish that has been. So that's good. So yeah, I had some haddock fillet, I think it was, and some new potatoes with some broccoli, and I did this thing, and it's just my new favourite thing in the world. I boiled the broccoli so it was pretty much ready to go, and then I cooked some lardons in my pan that requires no oil, just this guy. I think we're all pretty familiar with these kind of pans, but yeah, it basically, I know it looks dirty, it's not dirty. Yeah, I've got one of these pans that you don't need to put any oil in, so I just cooked the lardons in that, and then I added the broccoli to the lardons. And I have this seasoning that I got way back in Christmas, and I'm so glad I got two. I got them from B&M and it was really cheap. I think it was like 30p a packet, but it's basically this sauteed Brussels sprouts with bacon, and I didn't end up using them on Christmas, and something just crossed my mind to add a little bit of the seasoning into the broccoli and the lardons. Literally just a sprinkle. I mean, I've got 2 packets and I've still got the majority of this one left. It smells incredible. I better put a peg on that actually. And it just tasted phenomenal. It was so yummy. Joe loved it, Jim loved it, I loved it. It's just great, just really good. So I'm very excited to have that again at some point. I was going to ask a question as well, because so I try and be as accurate as possible with my calories, with putting stuff into my diary, and I do count things like this. So when I'm cooking, if it's like the very lightest sprinkle of like, let's say I don't know, one of these Schwartz things, if it's just like a very light sprinkle, the majority of the time when I put it in, it's like, says it's so many calories per gram, but I don't even put a gram on, so I usually don't add them in. But with stuff like this, it obviously has some calories in it, so I want to include it and I want it to be accurate. But when I look on the back of the packet, this is like a recipe. So this so this sachet comes with a recipe to make sort of like a side dish, which you add Brussels sprouts and bacon to. And when you look at the nutritional information, there's like a little asterisk, and it says a quarter of our recipe, which includes the bacon. So they've put like, let's have a look, 175 gram of streaky bacon, 450 gram of Brussels sprouts, and 50 milliliters of water. Sorry, that's my alarm going off. That just freaked me out. Stop that. Yeah, so the nutritional information for it is including all their ingredients. So my question to you guys is, what do you do in that instance? Because I'm obviously not adding the Brussels sprouts or the bacon, I'm just using the seasoning. Is the seasoning low enough calorie if it's just a sprinkle that it's not going to matter? I mean, what I did just to try and combat any potential issue was I scanned it, and I just put like, I think I put like a third or something of it, or just an amount of it, trying to sort of like still count for it, but not with the bacon and the Brussels sprouts. I mean, what I probably could do is equate the calories for the other ingredients, add them up, and whatever's left over is the calorie for that thing on its own. But I was just curious, like, what you guys do in that situation, as I'm trying to be as accurate as possible with tracking what I eat. Most stuff I'm fine with. Obviously I'll weigh everything out, but just little things like that sometimes I'm just curious to know how everyone else adds some calories up. So please let me know in the comments if you've got any ideas. So it is a Saturday, and today it's technically a day off because I actually managed to get all of my to-do list done yesterday, but I am just going to do a bit of next week's work today. But I am going to probably dedicate the majority of the day to tidying the house, getting it all nice and clean. I also would like to attempt a little run outdoors today. I'd absolutely love to go now because I'm like raring to go, but it's pitch black. It's just gone 12 minutes past 6. And there was a really horrible story on the news recently about a girl that was killed when she went for a run. And it's really scary, isn't it? Things like that. And it's kind of made me a little bit anxious about going out on my own, if I'm honest. So I'm going to wait for it to get a bit lighter. The reason I want to go now is because there's like hardly anybody up and out at this time, and I'd like to just go and be able to do it without it being too busy, but I'm just gonna have to bite the bullet and do it later. So yeah, but for now I'm gonna go drink my green tea and make myself a little to-do list for the day. But happy Saturday, all you beauties. Past 8 and I am now back. I'll insert my Apple Watch log so that you can see what I did. So I'm super chuffed at myself because it was still dark, it was icy, and yeah, I just was like really sort of apprehensive about doing it. I don't know why. I think just exercising outside in public is probably still a little bit of an insecurity, even though I go to the gym and there's loads of people there and I don't care. I don't know. Anyway, so I set off, and I live on a hill, and I was setting off the way that in the direction that the hill goes up. So I set off sort of like fast-paced walking, and then went into a jog, and then jogged to the top of the hill, and then when I got to the top, I was turning around in a different direction to go down a hill, and I ran most of the way down that, which I was actually really chuffed with, because usually when I'm outside I'll look at like a lamppost and think I'll run to that, and I can never really get past that point. But this was like a decent amount of time running non-stop, and I'm not sure the exact time frame, but my shins and calves started to hurt quite a lot, so I stopped running and was walking, and they were still kind of hurting when I was walking, and then I kind of just did basically a little bit of like a staggered run walk thing, and then but I'd say probably 80% of the workout was a walk because of the pain in my shins. But that I don't care, because it's really promising that one day I might actually be able to do the circuit that I did and just run, if providing I sort my legs out. But yeah, really happy with that. So it is, like I said, it's just gone 8:10 and I'm back, and I've closed my exercise ring for the day, and I am really pleased with myself, even though it wasn't like, even though the full thing wasn't a run. I am still pleased at myself, because I've never been able to get the courage just to, I'm hobbling around. Never been able to get the courage just to go. And it was still dark when I set off, but there were people like walking past me and cars and things, and that didn't bother me. Thankfully, my headphones have a setting where you can still hear noises. There's a setting to put them onto noise cancelling, and then you've got different stages of allowing outdoor noise in. So I just put it on the most, the one that lets you hear the most outside noise. And when I got back, I instantly grabbed I have some of this ibuprofen, I don't know how you want me to say it, but gel, and I've just put some of that onto my legs, and I have some, can I show you? Let's see if I can show you. I have some like compression shin things. They just literally go up to the knee, so I've popped them on. But I was talking to the nurse the other day, who was taking the measurements for my compression tights, and I basically said, you know, I've got some ones that I've ordered off the internet and whatnot, and she said, well, the grade of compression that I need for my legs, she said she very much doubts would be available sort of like just to buy, because it's quite a high amount. I'm not sure. I'm still very new to the world of compression. I obviously haven't got my tights yet, so I don't know, but I'm hoping that when I get them, that will massively alleviate any sort of like pain and stuff after working out, or just help maintain the comfort of my legs day to day. Fingers crossed. I'm feeling a bit chilly, so I think it's time for a hot drink, and I'm gonna make myself a protein shake. little bit hungry now. It's just gone 11:10. So I'm gonna have some food, and I think I'm gonna have an omelette with some bacon. So it's now 20 to 8 and we've just finished dinner. We had turkey fajitas. I was going to say chicken, but we actually had turkey fajitas. And I had like a fajita salad, which is really, really yummy. I don't miss having the tortilla wraps because it's just as tasty. So I am going to end today's video here. I more than likely will have something for dessert, which is probably going to be a jelly pot or something. I do have 344 calories remaining to do that with, but I'm just going to end it here so I can get this video edited and uploaded. So I am ending the day with 26 grams of carbs remaining, 2 grams of fat remaining, 48 grams of protein remaining, 344 calories remaining. I will more than likely have 100 to 200 calories of a dessert. So I'll just quickly complete my diary and see all of it. Every day was like today. In 5 weeks I would weigh 13 stone, 4.8 pounds. So if you have enjoyed today's video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't done so already, subscribe for happy vibes, and until next time, stay happy, healthy and well. Bye bye.